What causes old animation cells to shrink and distort? Imagine flipping through old cartoons and noticing some characters look a little off, maybe a bit smaller or warped. That's because those vintage animation cells have changed over time. Let's find out what makes these once vibrant images shrink and distort as they age. Old animation cells were originally made from plastics like cellulose nitrate and cellulose acetate. Cellulose nitrate was used early on because it was cheap and easy to produce, but it was also very unstable. Over time, it yellows, becomes brittle, and releases harmful nitric acid. Later cells used cellulose acetate, which is more stable but still prone to deterioration. As these plastics age, they undergo chemical changes that cause shrinkage and warping. One big reason is the loss of plasticizers. These are additives that keep the plastic flexible. When they evaporate or break down over decades, the plastic becomes brittle and shrinks. When the plastic gets hard and loses its flexibility, it can warp or crack. Environmental factors also play a huge role. Exposure to oxygen, moisture, heat, and especially ultraviolet light from sunlight can trigger chemical reactions in the plastic. These reactions break the molecular bonds, reducing the plastic's strength and causing it to shrink or distort. Cellulose acetate cells are particularly vulnerable to a process called hydrolysis. This is a reaction with water that releases acetic acid, which smells like vinegar. This vinegar syndrome speeds up deterioration, leading to warping, brittleness, and shrinkage. Temperature and humidity swings can also cause physical stresses. When the environment is not stable, the plastic expands and contracts unevenly. This uneven movement can lead to warping, buckling, and paint flaking off the cells. Paint layers are also affected. Since the paint is applied on the reverse side of the cell, as the plastic shrinks or warps, the paint can lose adhesion and flake off. This makes the character look distorted or incomplete. Because these plastics were made for industrial use and not long-term preservation, they naturally degrade over time. Proper storage is key. Keeping cells in a cool, dry place with stable humidity and away from direct light helps slow down these processes. Many collectors store cells flat in acid-free sleeves and avoid sealing them airtight. Allowing some air exchange prevents acids from building up inside. In the world of classic animation, this shrinkage and distortion are like the characters aging or losing their original shape. But knowing what causes, it helps archivists and collectors take better care of these pieces. It's a reminder that even the most cherished cartoons need a little extra love to stay alive for future generations. So, in simple terms, old animation cells shrink and distort because their plastic bases chemically break down over time. This happens from environmental exposure, loss of plasticizers, and internal chemical reactions. All these factors cause the cells to become brittle, warp, and lose their original look. That's why preserving these treasures requires careful storage and handling.